Action. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. King K. Yo, what's good, kings and queens? It's your boy Dawn, and I'm back for another reaction video today. If you're new to the channel, you heard, go down below, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and hit all so you know every time I post. It's free to show love and support, so please hit that button for me. If you're not new to the channel, you already know what to do. Go down below, hit that like button. Let me know down in the comments what I should react to. You already know. I got you, you heard. As y'all see by the title and thumbnail, today we're going to be reacting to He Was Ambushed on His 44th birthday. Big 4-4. Dang. That's where it all ended for my boy. Let's get right into the video and let's see how his 44th birthday was his last.
The small town of Cyrus, Minnesota, escalated into a deadly encounter.
1 week, 6 members of law enforcement have been shot in our area.
Polk County law enforcement, brother.
Just after 7:30 p.m. on April 15th, Starbuck police officer Alex Olson responded to a domestic violence call from concerned neighbors. They had overheard a heated altercation between Cody Johnson and Brian Nygaard at their apartment, located on the 400 block of North Stroman Street in Cyrus, Minnesota. Cody later told police that she had been hit during the confrontation.
And he took his hat off his head and he started smacking me with his hat. And I kind of put my arm up in defense and, said, stop. What's wrong with you? Stop hitting me. Get away from me. And he pushed me onto the ground. He punched me in the back of the head a couple of times and he started hitting me. He was on top of me. I was, fetal position trying to protect my ears and my face. I laid on the ground for several minutes and he was yelling at me and was very angry and came back and hit me a couple more times. And then I heard a knock on the door. I figured it was the neighbor because the neighbor always comes in or comes over unannounced and knocks on the door, and I open the door and it's a cop.
Officer Alex Olson was the first to arrive at the scene. Shortly after, Pope County deputies Josh Owen and Brody Merrill joined to provide assistance. Body cam footage captures the moment they enter the apartment and engage with 34-year-old Brian Nygaard, the primary suspect in the case.
Man, that's a big moment.
Yeah. I didn't talk to him. I just got. So my partner's telling me I gotta put handcuffs on you. Cool. I didn't talk to him.
Based off the information I have, and I'll let you explain your side of the story, but based off what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, they've been placed under arrest for domestic assault.
Dang.
Okay, well, that's for you guys to figure out in court, okay?
Yeah.
Oh no! Where'd that come from?
For you guys to figure out in court, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, he pulled that right off the hip. Right here. Quickness. My boy is from the Wild Wild West. If that John was black, I'd have never saw that John. Well, they probably would have, because it's an object in his hand. Immediately, they should have tackled this man. No funny.
Oh, hey, whoa.
Oh, it's crazy. Oh, nah. You got to go with your first instinct. But what is that instinct? Dang. They in tight corners, too. My boy is reckless.
Under arrest for domestic assault. Okay, well, that's for you guys to figure out in court, okay?
Yeah.
You ready to die over domestic violence?
Hey, whoa.
Immediately after drawing his weapon, Nygaard began firing at the officers. Deputies Josh Owen and Brody Merrill returned fire. During the exchange, both deputies and Officer Olson were hit. Deputy Owen was shot 3 times. Deputy Merrill was struck once in the upper chest, and Officer Olson was hit in the ankle.
It's so close, and they all got hit.
What started as a routine call quickly turned into a deadly confrontation.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, Brian Nygaard opened fire, catching the officers completely off guard. Deputy Josh Owen was hit 3 times and went down, critically injured. Despite their best efforts, he didn't make it and tragically passed away at the hospital. His death sent shockwaves through the entire community.
Dang, my boy, his arm is hanging.
His death sent shock. Despite their best, Deputy Josh Owen was hit 3 times and went down, critically injured. Despite their best efforts, he didn't make it and tragically passed away at the hospital. His death sent shockwaves.
I'm not gonna lie, if that was the dude that was standing up front, he was wild combo, boy. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was gonna run and tackle him or something, but dang.
Through the entire community. Deputy Brody Merrill was also hit, but luckily his bulletproof vest saved him. He was treated at the hospital and released, though the memory of that day would stay with him forever.
Word.
Then there was Officer Alex Olson, who had a close call of his own. A bullet struck the pistol he had holstered near his ankle, causing it to twist from the impact. In a stroke of luck, the shot deflected, leaving Olson with just minor injuries.
Wow,
it was a lucky
that's
escape
crazy.
and stroke of luck, the shot deflected, leaving Olson near his ankle, causing it to twist from the impact. In a stroke of luck,
Wow.
the shot deflected, leaving Olson with just minor injuries.
Wow,
it was a
that's
lucky escape in the middle of the chaos. When the dust settled, Brian Nygaard lay dead, shot multiple times in the intense gunfight. Meanwhile, Cody Johnson, who had been separated from the confrontation, was in the hallway. She heard the shouting, the gunfire, but wasn't in the room when the shots were fired. Scared and in shock, she ran to a nearby friend's apartment, trying to escape the chaos behind her. In her police interview, Cody shared that Brian had long been frustrated with life, facing personal struggles and feelings of injustice, especially from his past encounters with law enforcement. She recounted that Brian had begun drinking heavily, and this, combined with mounting stress, led to his violent outburst that night.
What's been going on in Brian's life recently? Like what's been going on with him? Anything notable? Has he been having troubles with anything, or have you noticed anything abnormal about his behavior, anything like that?
Well, that's the AED.
Notable? Has he been having troubles with anything, or have you noticed anything?
Shooting. Yeah, that's after the shooting, because they got the AEDs down. Dang, he was right there. Dang, that door is literally hitting the table. It's no space.
Abnormal about his behavior, anything like that?
Not really. I know that he got a bad review at work for his annual, and it was super unjustified. But other than that, he didn't even really seem to take that. I took it more personally than he did.
Man, that could have blew up the house. And they was eating too.
When was that review?
2 or 3 weeks ago, I think, maybe.
Okay.
I know that they did it early, but it was supposed to be for his, his year anniversary of working, but they did it a few weeks early.
Brian had even expressed on multiple occasions that he wouldn't go down without a fight if ever confronted by police. A chilling statement that tragically played out in this deadly encounter.
You said that Brian shot a cop. How did you know that?
I guess I didn't know for sure, but I just assumed, considering the fact that I can't imagine why a cop would just randomly shoot my boyfriend in his apartment. There's been conversations that Brian and I have had where he said, if it came down to it, because he had a really abusive mother when he was growing up, and she called the police on him quite a bit. He basically kind of said, I'm not gonna go quietly. I never really took him very seriously. And so I guess my mind kind of just went to the worst possible scenario with the way he was being so argumentative and so mean. I kind of just assumed that he did the worst possible thing he could do.
BCA crime scene personnel recovered a pistol, bullets, and cartridge casings from the apartment. All 3 officers were equipped with body cameras, which captured the critical moments of the confrontation. Through thorough research into public records and extensive investigation, MN Crime has compiled all the details of this case to ensure that the truth is presented to the public. In the days following the tragic shooting, law enforcement and the local community united to honor the memory of Deputy Josh Owen. With nearly 12 years of service under his belt, and as a veteran of the Minnesota National Guard, Owen's dedication to both his country and his community was undeniable.
After days of learning about his career and commendation, today friends, family, those with whom he served, shared more with the community about the character of Deputy Joshua Owen.
Overall, leading Josh in Iraq was a great honor I will cherish for a lifetime.
As a soldier in both Bosnia and Iraq, Owen often answered a hero's call, risking his life for others.
A lot of good talk. A lot of memories.
I knew Josh because he helped me through a domestic violence thing many years back, and he's been helping a friend of mine who's currently in it.
Pam Welsh has lived in Glenwood most of her life. She and her family came out today to show officers that the community cares.
Well, to stop, and I want the kids to recognize and know that this is special.
Deputy Brody Merrill, who survived the shooting, later expressed his grief, sharing the deep pain of losing one of his closest friends.
Yeah, I did do CPR on Josh, and it did feel like forever. They always talk about you're tired, how it's tiring, exhausting, and it is. But in that moment, I didn't feel, I felt like I had one thing to do, and our local communities, those smaller rural areas, there's a lot of first responders that volunteer. When the shots fired call was given to dispatch, first responders were paid within seconds, as well as ambulance.
Even former President Donald Trump spoke about Owen, praising his service and sacrifice, further highlighting the impact of this tragedy on both the local and national stage.
Deputy Josh Owen last year, very handsome. Josh was on his 44th birthday, right on his birthday. He was out for a steak dinner with Shannon and his 10-year-old son when he got a call to...
Dang, kids
There was a problem, a domestic disturbance. A short time later, Shannon got the news that her husband was shot and killed in the line of duty. Shannon, we grieve for your loss, and we know how great a man he was. The police officers told me, told everybody else how great a man he was, and we are immeasurably grateful for your sacrifice. I would love to ask Shannon to come up for a moment. Shannon, can you do that?
Thank you, everybody. Sorry you couldn't hear me that well earlier. I hope you can hear me now. I really appreciate you giving me the chance to talk about Josh. There's so many of them out there right now that need our help, though. We need to back the blue.
Yeah.
While the chaotic events in Cyrus have faded from the headlines, the actions of the officers that day and their sacrifice will stay etched in the memories of Minnesotans forever.
Yeah, nah, that was crazy, yo. Dang, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, at the end of the day, that's a human being, man. And that kid chose to take another human being's life because of his history with other human beings that were technically alike. I don't think that's fair at all. Taking another person's life, we should not have that decision. Man, it's crazy, yo. Moral of the story is, don't mix alcohol with stress. It'll lead you to situations like this. Just shot a vid before this. About to go shoot another one right now. I'm gonna see y'all there. So beat me there, you alright? Peace, love, dawn. You know the vibes. DONLILREACTS. Y'all already know what to do. You heard, hit that subscribe button, notification bell. Thank y'all for popping out. Peace, love, dawn. You know the vibes.